He, like his personality in our room, the way he interacted with players in games, on the bench, certainly his play. He is, I believe, very underrated in the way he thinks the game in his hands. He can make plays, and he did. I mean, we had a pretty good run through the Eastern Conference, and he played on our second line. So then great to see him. Happy for him that he found a spot that he can really be impactful. I think he can have a really enjoy his time here in Canada, but also be a real good veteran guy for a younger team.
Coach, you work on the other side. What's the challenge being the road team when another team's doing their home opener in terms of energy?
I think matching that early, the energy part, they will have the advantage on. They've got a new coach, had a hard camp, got some new pieces, got a goaltender, and the rarity of seeing the Ottawa Senators healthy, because they just have not had any luck with that. They have had key players, key centermen out of their lineup, it seems, for the last few years. So you get them. So they will have the advantage to energy. If we have an advantage, it's that we've already played one NHL game, so some of those nervousness or the jitters might be out of our game. We've got to get to their emotional level to have a chance here tonight.
So Adam Bogues out there in your face for tonight.
He won't play tonight. Nate Schmidt draws in. We don't think this is long-term, though. He'll get a good tug here today, and then hopeful that he would be available Saturday.
You had high praise for the third line last game.
They were good.
Why has Mackie Stevens been able to fit in so well?
He's got some. He's got really, really good hands, so he can make a play and he can skate. The benefit to Mackie, he's going to play with two guys that kill penalties that we also think have some offense. So for Lundy's a veteran now. He's turned 23 last week, and he's a grizzled veteran, but he's got 60 playoff games. Those two guys play a game together. So Lusteran and Lundell almost have a single game that they play off each other with. It's a great place for a young player to come in. See two young players that play the game the right way, and it's not points oriented. It's good hockey. I love the way those two guys play.
What's the challenge?
Nick was saying that he wasn't cutting any deals with his old teammates. Who do you think would be the first guy on this side to give him an extra shot?
Oh, I think it'll be all verbal. What's interesting about Nicky is he had a reputation of. I think going into last year, his biggest year was 41 minutes. It's not a lot of the stuff that happens on the ice, but. Well, I don't know how to tell this story. Nick Cousins, his first or second NHL game we're playing him, we're in Philadelphia. It might have been his first or second game. Early in the game, he gets in on like a buzzsaw on the forecheck, hits three guys. I don't know, there's a scrum, of course. The whistle blows, and he comes blasting by our bench, screaming. And I can't use all the words he used, but all night long, and he's screaming at our bench. And I get my game card out. Who the hell is this guy? So that's what he brings, right? And nobody will be targeting him, but you should have guys mic'd on this one tonight. It'll be pretty good.
What's the challenge of being the defending Stanley Cup champions and knowing that every team you play is going to kind of put a target on your back?
Yeah, I think. I believe that partway through the last season, the 2 years ago, we play a pretty aggressive style of hockey, and I think teams got to expect that. And certainly last year, the whole year. When we would get the feistiest effort out of teams. They came wired to battle and compete because it's kind of the style. So I think we got a lot of times their best, and that was really, really good for us. We played a lot of tight games last year, and it's interesting that's Ottawa. We also, like Matthew Tkachuk 2 years ago, his penalties dropped off the face of the earth. He didn't take any. Nobody knew it. Because in the two Ottawa games, he had 17, I think, in each. So his numbers were high, and that's Matthew, but he's actually quite a disciplined player. He doesn't take a lot of penalties. We'll see what happens in here tonight. I think teams come wired to play hard against us because we've been fairly consistent playing that style. So I think it's not the target. I think we get a certain style of game from everybody.
Has it felt any different walking into a building as a defending champion?
It does. That's just the truth. But we don't spend any time wrapped in that warm blanket because you just got to live your day. We did 2.5, 3 months ago. We lived that day and we enjoyed the hell out of it, and every day after. But game tonight, we got to live our day to day and respect the game. The team that works the hardest tonight wins. Doesn't matter whether you won last year or missed the playoffs. Sergei. Bobrovsky. Is that right, Addie? Okay. Just ask Addie. I don't know.
Thank you.